You are now listening to the Pelicans post-game report. Flash report.
Down there to see who's New Orleans going to make available. What will they want for those players? New York product, Jose Alvarado. If they make him available, the Knicks, I'm sure, will be one of those teams that are interested. The Knicks will be among many teams that are interested in Jose Alvarado if he is made available. And the interesting thing with Jose is, the salary, I believe he is at $4.5 million. So like salary matching is less difficult at that number. And, you talk about backup point guard for the Knicks. You talk about a player in Alvarado who defends and brings a passion on that in the floor. I'm sure a lot of teams will be calling if New Orleans made him available. I'm also sure the Knicks will be one of them if New Orleans gets to that point, which I think they will.
Ian Begley, man, shout out to CP the franchise at Knick Fan TV with some of this information about the Knicks perhaps being interested in the likes of Jose Alvarado. Big ups to you guys. Please feel free to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. By all means, feel free to share the show on your social media feed. PPR in here representing the flocking nation. Stand up, man. Let's get right into this article right here that he's mentioning. And this is sourced directly from Ian Begley's information that you're showing that the Knicks are interested in Jose Alvarado. Now, of course, some of the top-end talent, you're not going to get any top-end talent for Jose Alvarado. I don't think the Pelicans are interested in re-signing Jose Alvarado. We still have, other players. There's, we have Jay Fears. And outside of him and DeJounte Murray, and there is kind of, as guys get healthy, they're going to have a lot of really expensive players that'll be coming back to the team right around the same time coming in 2026. DeJounte Murray is supposed to come back early in the year. And Jose is a very economic friendly contract for the team. And of course, this is what they're saying, man, as well in this one. So according to Ian Begley, we just talked about it. Knicks will be one of the teams, many teams interested in Jose Alvarado. And people are paying attention to the Pelicans for many reasons, in particular the fact that the team is not doing so well, only 4 wins for the season right now, even though they're playing better recently. There is an anticipation of a fire sale that's supposed to happen with the Pelicans. Several players on the team could be possibly moved by the trade deadline. We'll just keep an eye out on this and see what happens, because the team is pivoting toward its young assets, Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen. Those two guys are phenomenal. PV, another instrumental part of what Joe Dumars is doing as well. We also talk about Jordan Poole coming back, really lighting it up for us off the bench. So as he comes back, you'll start seeing, and DeJounte comes back, you start seeing Jose presumably lose minutes, because those expensive contract players will start getting some priority. You know what I mean? So the Pelicans don't have much to lose this season, as Alvarado's 5th with the team, and the franchise is yet to blossom under Zion Williamson. As it started, it hasn't happened yet. It most likely never will. The 27-year-old Jose Alvarado is averaging 9 points, over 3 assists in 22 and a half minutes for this team this year. His intensity on defense earns him the playing time. He's just one of these type of players that just gives you a boost. Having a lockdown defender off the Knicks could benefit Brunson, whose defense is one of his weaknesses. The Pelicans will be one of the NBA lottery teams and could inquire about the Knicks youngsters like Pacomi Didiet and Arari Akporti in talks surrounding Jose Alvarado. So it's interesting. And this is still early on, man. It's not, it's still a lot going on, man, right? We have a couple of weeks left before the 25 season ends. Then we embark upon the 2026. And then that put us like about a month and a half from the trade deadline. As January, it's sparking up early, but man, listen, January is going to be it's going to be on fire with trade talk surrounding DeJounte Murray, surrounding Jose Alvarado. We just had some stuff that was squashed down by Herb Jones as he's getting healthy again. So Zion Williamson is also in the mix. So there's going to be trade talk just exploding in January. So y'all just be ready for it as the Pelicans hopefully could really start putting together wins, man. If we can get if the Pels could really start putting some wins together, man, if they can go on, I know this ain't easy, but they can put themselves together something like a 10-game winning streak or something like that. That could change the dynamic of the season per se. If they can play as gritty and grimy as they did in this past game, they can manufacture that into the season. We could turn some stuff around. Jose is a big part of that. Joe Dumars, who's the VP, and Troy Weaver, who's the de facto GM and assistant to Joe Dumars. These guys have a lot to consider with these players and what it looks like for not just 2026, but also going into the future, right? So I can definitely sense that they're looking to add draft capital, maybe get extra picks with some of its bigger talent. We've yet to see what's going to happen, but it's going to be interesting. But these are some of that presumably the team could be interested in. And, this is one of the players here, Pacomi, from he was 2024, last year's first round draft pick by the Knicks, 6'9", 210 forward. They drafted him and he's in his first season. Could he possibly be a player that the Pels could reach to, a young wing that can help, or perhaps it'd be Ariel, which is a big. He's a 7 foot, 246 pound big, who was the second round pick of this team back in 2020 for Dallas, actually back in 2024. And could this be something that the Knicks are using? And this guy right now is in the G League. You see, he's not really doing too much now. He is trying to shoot 3-pointers and this sort of thing. But these are developmental players that you have with Jose Alvarado. And we'll see what this is going forward. But like I said, Jose Alvarado, 1 year left on his contract. And this is why a lot of the spark or the rumor mill is sparking up dealing with Jose Alvarado. Now, in the ideal setting, man, having Jose Alvarado a part of the team going into the future, when you get guys like Murray back, and his future, I guess you could say, depending on Joe Dumars and what the vision is, could rely heavily upon what happens with guys like DeJounte Murray. We know Jordan Poole is here. We know Fears is there. Jordan Poole's off the bench. PV, they want to get PV more minutes. We're starting to see Bryce McGowan's who's stepping up in that position. So how does that look as well? So the whole thing is starting to kind of bloom and blossom as we're going to get to see what other moves and motions team can make going forward. So what do you guys' thought process on Jose Alvarado? What do you think about it? Should the Pelicans trade Jose Alvarado? What is your thought process on that? Let me know in the chat. This is Big Q representing PPR, man. We appreciate y'all. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'm going to holler at you on the next one. Much love. Peace.
Subscribe now and stay up to date for all things New Orleans Pelicans.